Hi there. It's Salmon again. So I'm spending one night at the Intercontinental Hotel in Nairobi. It's a nice affair. It's a nice room. I'll give you a little panorama thing. Yeah, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. It's a nice room. I've destabilized my rig. It's the 23rd of December 2018. I've had a good year. It's been a hard year. There's been expansion. There's been a lot of very gratifying moments at the end of very, very nerve-wracking stretches of frustration and just pressure. So wow, it's just a year that, I need a year to exhale from a year like this. But that having been said, taking a 1 day break here, I figure might as well think a little bit about the next year. And what I'm thinking is next year I want to diversify. I made some decisions when I was at the coast in late September, early October. And one of my main decisions was to sort of move to more service provision and less. My company does web design, branding, web management, and advisory. Now, advisory has always been the smallest part of it. I thought I'd move from a lot of the actual web design and development to a lot more management, make management a real. So, management and support. So, web maintenance and support being the pillar. And then around that, develop a whole lot of other things. And conceptually, be more involved with producing content. Based on that, I came up with the idea that it would be good to migrate a lot of my income streams from income streams where I have to put there's a lot of input per client, to more residual income streams where I work once and then I can resell that. And content management and information marketing, selling content is a big thing on the internet. So I'm thinking that what I really want to do is throw on some good high quality training online on my website. I also want to start doing some retail on my website. So curate some really good AfriClub Times, that's my company. So AfriClub Times, some other creative designer, curate some specific one-off pieces that are different from what they do with other stuff and market those on my website. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about. So curated products. Another thing is I have been toying around with the idea of like e-courses and web training and that kind of thing. I'm not so sure that I have any unique value proposition to offer that would actually enable that, but I am not sure. I think actually the idea is to create, if anything, courses based on what I'm strong in, which is things like branding. My company is strong in branding. Not so much creating brands, though that's strong with that as well, but mainly with effecting a brand that produces a fan base. That having been said, the big thing that's on my mind is transitions. Transitions. How do you get from one stable platform of income, like a job, to another stable platform of income, like a business, or one business, like retail, and then you migrate to another one, like information products. That's what I've been trying to think. Information products, that's what it's called when you sell content. So things like e-courses, ebooks, all that stuff is information products. Now I know I can make a play with those kinds of things just along all the digital stuff that I've gained over the last 10, 15, well, since 2003, what's that? Yeah, I could say 10, 15 years with ease. I could sell the experience in the form of information products. Or I could do something a little bit more exciting and a little bit more useful and develop information products along the line of what I do, what I'm doing now, which is making the transition. So I'd like to watch the process of my making the transition, and if I successfully make the transition, then I have products along the making the transition and supporting people make the transition and helping people. And I want to make this a big focus, separate income stream next year. The whole helping people make the transition from something about their lives that they don't like to something that they do like. Now, not things like old relationship to new relationship or old girlfriend to new girlfriend. Nah, I have no expertise in that. But I will have quite a bit of expertise in shifting the focus of my income streams. By the time I've sorted this out, I hoped to do it by the end of December, but it's too close now, so maybe end of January, and then start to actually formulate that into information products and support services and support mechanisms, forums, community, that kind of thing. So transition, and primarily economic transition. So I'm going to call it the income migration or finance migration. I don't know, something along the lines of you migrate from an Egypt. I'm now using a biblical metaphor because it seems too apt at the moment. An Egypt income to a Canaan income, or an Egypt income to a promised land income, or a slavery income to a promised land income. That's what I like. Slavery income, promised land income. That's a good metaphor, and I think that I'm going to use that metaphor as the framework for developing the whole information products thing. But I do want to learn some of the things practically so that I can make them happen. So I think what I'm going to use for my learning, I have to decide, and I've got so many decisions, so I have to decide between my graphic novel idea, which my niece kind of thinks that maybe I should just write down instead of draw. The graphic novel idea, or a writing idea. And I think I'm just going to stick with writing short stories, and I'm going to drop the graphic novel for now. And if I decide to do the graphic novel, I'm going to do it as a bunch of short stories first before they're drawn. I think that's actually a good idea. It's what my niece suggests, and she has a great sense, she has a great intuition for these things. And she said, write it, don't draw it. And I'm going to roll with that. So my tendency now is to think, how do I get from primarily digital products and services to literature, fiction literature, products and services, that kind of thing. So I need to get some writing done. I need to produce something like an ebook, and I need to get it up on Amazon to be selling, and I need to market it to some extent, and I need to do that as soon as I can and just let that become a reality. And once that's a reality, of course, then I live in a different world where now I know how to actually make the transition for real from just making money one way to making money another way, and maybe in a sense 2 ways for me. But if you can move into a dream and turn that dream into money, that's really slavery to promised land. That's really that journey, and that's what I want to support people in, with services and products and forums and or fora and a community. So that's my dream for next year. Thought I'd share it and put it up there on my YouTube channel. Between the Whales, which then will become Between the Whales, meaning the transition from slavery situations to promised land situations, mainly slavery economies to promised land economies, but also slavery technologies to promised land technologies, I guess. Slavery politics to promised land politics. I like it. It's building some energy now. Slavery spirituality to promised land spirituality. Slavery. Slavery culture to promised land culture. No. That sounds philosophical. And who wants to talk philosophy? Not this man. Well, thanks for watching. I've been musing about ideas for next year. And I'm just gonna keep making these kinds of vlogs where I just talk and think aloud about my life and give you an update of where I am in some cases and just move on with that. Stay well. Merry Christmas. This has been Between the Whales. And I'm Salmon.